Hi guys, today we are going to take you to the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. Let's enjoy! Okay, so we are few miles south of the downtown area and we are driving along the Lakeshore Drive. You can hardly see it from here, but that blue part is Lake Michigan and it looks like it's an ocean, but it's actually a lake. It's just this huge body of water that you can see and it's very beautiful.
No, let's walk together. I don't want to get lost.
Ayun, napasama yung mama. But anyway, this building is the Museum of Science and Industry. Excited si baby because this is her first time to visit the Museum of Science and Industry. Eto, paakyat na tayo sa main floor and eto po yung main lobby. Makikita niyo po dyan yung ceiling niya.
Okay, wait. Esperanza, stay there. Stay with Daddy. Esperanza.
The dolls in the trees, we put little bulbs. We put lights, we put little dolls.
Okay, look at Mommy. Saza.
As you have noticed, or as you will notice, there are a lot of Christmas trees and it's because it's December and they always have an exhibit. They call it Christmas Around the World. I'm not really sure how many Christmas trees they have for the exhibit, but I'm pretty sure that merong Pilipinas. So there's Philippines and I bet they have the star or the lantern or parol.
Oh yeah, the
Is that not like
stars.
back home?
Yeah, the stars. Those small star lanterns. Yeah, that's the Philippines.
That's
And
where Mommy's
origami
from.
was Japan.
That's the Philippines tree. That's where
So my husband found the tree for the Philippines and as I expected, there will be star lanterns. So yun. Ayan, makikita niyo 727 suspended on air. Totoong plane yan at nakakapasok ka sa loob. So again, here you can see a United Airline 727-100 jet suspended from the ceiling, and you can enter the jet as part of the exhibit. Now we are about to see the Great Train Story, and this is supposed to be the centerpiece of the transportation gallery at the Museum of Science and Industry, and it is an interactive model and the railroad features more than 20 trains winding around a continental journey, and it is so wonderful to see. And if you imagine, trains just don't move people and things around, but it also has a great history behind. Here you can see that the trains travel from the heights of the Rocky Mountain ranges and the Chicago skyscrapers down to the tiniest crossing lights.
going under that tunnel.
Now, see, this is, they're doing some underground, they're looking for rocks.
The Great Train Story exhibit at MSI is a representation of how things move around some parts of the United States, and it's very interesting to learn about. Here you can see part of the very beautiful Chicago. You can see the skyscrapers. The black building is the John Hancock building, which was once the tallest building in the world, and it is 100-story building, 1,128 foot super tall skyscraper in the.
If you look up, how many airplanes do you see on the ceiling? A lot.
One, are you sure?
Here you can see the 1917 Curtiss JN4D, or what they call Jenny. And here is the 727 United Airlines jet again, and the John Hancock building. Here are two of my favorites, the Supermarine Mark 1A, or what they call Spitfire, and the other one is the Junkers JU-87R2 Tropical Stuka. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's spelled as S-T-U-K-A. So this entire area where you can see the trains, the planes hanging from the ceiling, and the Great Train Story, this is what they call the Transportation Gallery. And again, it's just so amazing.
See all the buildings of Toronto?
These are buildings that Mommy would know more than me. Mommy lived in Chicago. And one of my favorites is this one right over here. This tall white one, for a short time, was the tallest building in the world until they kept building more and more big buildings around it.
So here is the Empire State Express train again, and we're back. Actually, it's in the same area. So here's the skyscrapers from the Transportation Gallery. And yeah, it's the Great Train Story. So there's a couple of trains that you can see in this area. Okay, so here we are about to see the 999 steam locomotive, and according to the MSI website, on May 10, 1893, the 999 became the fastest land vehicle after reaching the speed of 112.5 miles per hour, and it maintained that record for a decade. And after all the technological innovations with vehicles, this engine actually retired, and that would be around May of 1952, I believe. And in 1962, the MSI, or this museum, acquired the 999 and displayed it outside, and that's been for a long time. Imagine 1952 to it's 1962 to 1993, and in 1993 they brought the train inside, and from then on up to the present, it's where it's at right now, where you can see it.
Let's get in the train.
I thought we could still cook some more on this building. The next day, May 10th, 1893, the four cars of the train were packed with railroad officials and newspaper reporters, and everyone was clocking the time between mileposts using hand calculators, and was thrilled to see us whirl through in the fastest train ever.
Tingnan niyo ang mukha ng bata. I love that inquisitive look. She's thinking and observing.
Mommy, I want that cool red car.
Oh! Esperanza, do you like that plane?
Yeah, it's pretty.
And here is the 1930 Texaco Travel Model R racer plane. This is going to be a long video, but just hang on and stay with us because you will see a lot of interesting stuff in this museum.
Because that one looks like Grandma's tree that's downstairs where it has those sections, where it has those branches. So they'll disassemble it and put it away, and then they'll break it out again next year. But this is the big center of the building. Look how enormous these big huge pillars are that hold up that big dome.
Esperanza, there's an airplane. Look. See that?
Another airplane.
The beautiful one, huh? She wants to go, Daddy. This is where she wants to go.
You need to sit.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead.
At the heart of the museum is the rotunda. The space features a 120-foot copper dome ceiling, and it's just amazing to look at this. Okay guys, let's stimulate our sense of wonder as we are about to see the awe-inspiring exhibit, The Science of Storms. Hey Esperanza, can you see that? The one that's swinging?
Yeah,
That is called pendulum. Say it.
pendulum?
Yes.
The Earth is moving, Esperanza. It's rotating continuously. So that's what makes the pendulum move.
So this is the sand. Look at all that sand.
Wow, look at that, Esperanza. Isn't that so cool?
Hey, you can make it work slower or faster.
You gonna do it slower? Slower. Good job.
She makes it just really fast.
This 20-foot structure is a disc with glass beads that, when in motion, displays the physics of granular motion. And as the disc stops from moving, the beads actually settle down and it is packed into a solid state. But then when you try to add energy to it, then the granules flow like liquid, and the kids can actually play with the steering wheel.
Yeah, you can move it faster. Okay, see, can you read this one? What does it say? Faster. So you go that way and you can see the movement. It's faster.
So yes, they can play with the steering wheel and they can make it faster or slower. Here is the mind-blowing centerpiece of the science of storms. It's a 40-foot vortex of swirling air and vapor that you can study and manipulate.
Well, that's dry ice that they pump up from the floor, and they have wind. See all those little wind vents right there? You know, when you ever feel wind, heat coming in from the ceiling, it's kind of house. Like it's so pretty.
Isn't that cool?
So here Esperanza is trying to manipulate the vortex or the swirling air, and she really enjoyed that. Esperanza's really amazed with playing the steering wheel for the grains and also manipulating the tornado. And I think that's what kids love about this museum, because they're able to play. Here's another interactive area where the kids can actually play and use their hands and observe what happens when they do something. So this one, they can actually trigger an avalanche and control it. And I forgot to mention earlier that 40-foot disc actually is what they call the avalanche disc. And as you can see on this monitor, it actually says make an avalanche, or like they can play with it. And Esperanza is actually playing right now, and it's really cool. I think for the kids, it makes them think how things actually work. And this right here, Esperanza is playing with the force chains, and it's an experiment to see and measure stress in granular material, so they can actually change it. And yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of disc there, so she can change it and she can see the experiment.
Esperanza, you love science?
It's kind of big. You should let me and Mommy move.
Try this.
Okay, what kind of color would you like? Was it green?
Which one do you want?
What green? Okay, now what does this do? Press and hold the timers.
A snow scientist with Montana State University, and I study snow avalanches. Welcome to Avalanche Mountain, where you'll get to explore snow avalanches by setting weather conditions.
Your car is? It's here, honey. Look for it. Which one is yours? There you go. That number 2, that's you.
Here is a large scale recreating the Newton's famous prism experiment, and she's enjoying it. I'm not sure if it's clear in the video, but here you can see, or you're supposed to see, a 20-foot tall rope that oscillates as the amplitude and the frequency varies. So yeah, it is actually seen, I think, in the video. And here again is the air vortex, and those 3 round circles on top is actually what they call the ripple tank. So you can actually generate waves in this round ripple tanks that's on top to watch them interact with the objects and other waves. It looks nice and cool. Yes, those 3 in the ceiling are called the round ripple tanks.
When you play with this, it affects the water upstairs, see? So when you touch this, it does something up there, and then you see its reflection on the ground.
Here you can see the 30-foot wave tank, and you can design your own wave by choosing different wavelengths and amplitude, and you will launch the tsunami.
To create computer models that predict how tsunami will travel, we rely a lot on information from our colleagues who go out to the field to investigate.
Here you can see where solar power meets the slot cars. So these cars are PV or photovoltaic panels and captures the incoming sunlight. Then it converts it into power for the spare so that it can go racing on the track.
Put your hand inside. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. And then when you close it, like all of it, then it's going to start. See that? Oh no.
And here's a giant size desk toy which is called the Newton's Cradle, and it's suspended from the ceiling through cables. And you can see for this, I think it's about momentum, collisions, and energy transfer. So the kids can actually play with it, they can control it. Here's another interactive area for the kids. It's about air pressure. So those balloons are actually controlled by the air from these tubes, and the kids can also play with it. As you can see, Esperanza is trying to control the air or the amount of air that comes out from those pipes, and that's what is making those balloons float. Yes, here more stuff that you can actually let your kids see to make them more interested in science. And Esperanza's really enjoying, and I'm just watching her. And one of the things that I like is the fact that she can play with most of the stuff. And here we're just enjoying the plasma sphere. She's asking what makes it work like that. Sometimes I have answers to her questions, but sometimes I do not. But for plasma sphere, I think the electrode at the center of the ball emits a high frequency voltage or high voltage alternating electric current, and as it flows through the plasma filaments to create colorful light. And usually the light color depends upon the gas that's inside the ball, and I think they use neon, argon, xenon, or krypton. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what I know. The last time we were here, I was pregnant with Esperanza, and we were spending time with Yzzabella.
Oh, let's go try.
Oh, let's see what happens to these girls. It's gonna turn the window really small. It's gonna disappear.
Gonna try it? Are you happy? Do you like this museum? It's actually the cardiovascular system.
Yeah, that's the cardiovascular system or your circulatory system.
Circulatory, yeah.
Now let's look
Are you scared? Here's the babies. Oh no, it's the body.
So they moved them over here. These were in the studio.
Yeah. It's not something freaky.
That's fake. Okay, so now we can see what
Are you scared, Esperanza?
You can see inside, this is what your elbow looks like from the inside, see? And this is a cross-section of your arms. That's what your little foot looks like on the inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep it
And another interactive area, engineering and genes, that I can't show in this video. I think I'll have another video for that because we are now ready to eat. And they have this other pendulum by the staircase, and you can see it from the top down to the bottom. And we're just about to eat now. This is where we are going to find the cafeteria to have lunch. Thank you guys for watching. Please watch out for our next vlog on the other parts of the museum because there's still a lot that we haven't shown you in this video. Thank you.